Hello, welcome to Wind News. I'm your host and friend Amit Roy. Happy Bengali New Year and Baisakhi from India. Today I want to tell you and discuss some battle plans which are eye openers. One is in Russia versus Ukraine, why Russia's lost. And secondly, why Indians have no understanding of proper war tactics, nor they understand the futility of Russian attacks. I'll discuss some points in a very simple way. Look, every battle must have goals and an exit plans. Russians do not have that. They attacked Ukraine with the Russians' grand plan, or Putin's grand plan to resurrect Soviet Union, without understanding the power and capabilities of their own army. They thought it's a cakewalk. They believe, the communists are very stupid people. Besides, the idea is very terroristic. They want to live in a make-believe world based on fear. Same thing with Putin. But you see, Russia is not China. I'll discuss the Chinese angle also. But Russia is not China. Russia is a European country. You can kiss a woman in the street, but you cannot do that in China. You can kiss concubines. Of course, Chinese kiss concubines. Communist leaders give a lot of concubines. But you cannot kiss a woman publicly. Even today. In Calcutta, India, it is possible. But not in China. Anyway, see, I was analyzing some points, scoring points in Ukraine. Number one, see, Russians wanted to play a mind game. That's a communist style. They were bringing tanks 40 miles long, all sitting targets. They underestimated Ukrainians' resistance movement or zeal to resist. They told, communists believe in secrecy. It's a communist culture. Of course, Ukraine has a similar type of culture, a little freer. It's not a country like United States. Ukraine is still a communist influenced country. They must have some communist kind of tactics. So they understand their rival tactics very well. Anyway, the Russians are bringing tanks in a column for 40 miles long. They thought they'll crush Ukraine like a pack of cigarettes. But that didn't happen. Ukrainians put a fight with defensive weapons. Without much support from West. They got what they got. Some Stranger missiles, some Javelin missiles, Molotov cocktails. But you see, what I am surprised, Russian army was in disarray. Even today they are in disarray. Their special forces, even the special forces conscript, they disobeying their orders. They don't want to fight. They were told they're going to liberate Ukraine. But they found there's nothing to be liberated. You see, the Ukrainians don't want them. What happened to Russia in this process? They've lost around 350 leading officers, including many generals, and around 170 aircraft, 19,000 soldiers. Yesterday I saw their flagship, Moscow, was sunk. Ukrainians are taking counterattacks to Russia. They're burning oil fields inside Russia. Now Russians are telling, a CIA director is saying the Russians are planning a nuclear attack. And that's a bogey. Communists will never do that. You see, rich people do not commit suicide. These oligarchs, those who are running the country, including Putin, they're very rich men. They have lots of money at stake. You like Chinese communist leaders. They will not do that. They will try to scare you, but they will never go that far to commit suicide, mass suicide. That will not happen. There's so much money at stake. Why they will do? They have good life. They're not like me. Anyway, Russia, it seems, have no exit plan. Secondly, the logistic problem. What they could not master. Third, communication. You see, they are telling intelligence failure. It's not intelligence failure. You see, they are all KGB people. It's a perception failure. Strategic mistake. Not intelligence failure, I would call it. Intelligence is a different game. It's a strategic failure to understand with no proper goal. See, first day Putin sacked FSB chief. Second, this is defense minister has a severe heart attack. Shows time has come for a regime check within Russia. The Russians will not accept. You see, do you believe a organization like KGB will tolerate failures, continuous failure? He'll be killed by his own men. And possibly it's the end of communist culture in Russia. Russia is a Christian country and it will not accept communism. It's not a passive country like China or to some extent India, which believes in luck, fate, etc. Number two, I'm coming to India because I wanted to discuss very interesting point on India. Battle of Rezangla. See, India is a very strange wall mentality. I'll give two examples why I want to discuss this. Because Indians have no intelligence. Even those times, 1962, not today. They don't understand. See, look, openly they are supporting this ex-generals are supporting in television Russia. Is how immoral that could be. We are a democracy. We are silent about Russian atrocities in Bucha. Now talking about Rezangla, Indians say it's a big victory for them. I say it's a big valor, but I will not ever say it's a victory. Yes, they have saved Chusuli Airport. But you know, Chinese were building up so much of their troops for so many years and Indians didn't know anything. They sent soldiers just like that and put a formation of 120 men. But they had ammunition. You see, they said no, that everybody has 600 rounds. Also, Chinese came with, I'm told, 3,000 Chinese. And around 1,500 were killed. But you know, I am surprised. Two mistakes. Why I am discussing military mistakes? One, you are waiting for an enemy in a fixed position. Yeah, it's good, but you know, the topography doesn't help you. You are surrounded by mountains and you are on a flat land. You cannot defend like that without air support. Why you didn't have air support? Why you don't have backups? You must be having that planning. You must have some goals. You just don't put your troops like that. Battle started at 4 o'clock and it ended 8. And all were killed, exceptionally brave. But you know, what did you gain? You see, they're saying, of course, 4 hours. And you know, I don't think it's a big victory for India. Indians could have won that battle. They could have resisted Chinese for many days. With that ammunition, if they had little mobility. With that force. But you know, the old style idea. This kind of Punjabi, Rajasthani valor, Balidan, martyrdom, I don't think has value in modern day. Yes, I respect the raw courage. But you know, you must evolve and you have some mobility. Without mobility, you cannot win a war. It's like Russians. They are like sitting targets. People are killing them. Defenders are killing them. Number 3, I want to tell Indians one very interesting thing. Indians do not even understand they're winning the war. They don't understand. They're so foolish. See, some 16 CRPF men was killed in Bijapur by insurgents in central India. Indians, they went without air support. I salute those people. That's a great courage. And they were killed. But Indians think it's a loss. Actually, they wanted to capture one man called Hidma, insurgent commander. They could capture that time. But he surrendered recently. So I think it's a victory. Indians don't understand which is victory, which is loss. Surprised. They don't analyze. They have no people to analyze which one is victory, how you'll define victory, timeline of victory, etc. Number three, look, I want to give you some examples how they have totally surrendered their mind to this Russian thinking. The Russians make you believe through their propaganda, which has failed, hybrid war, propaganda in Ukraine so badly. Ukraine is doing so much propaganda against them now, and Russians are washed out from everywhere, economically, etc. Similarly, Indians, see, they have so much Russians infiltrated, so-called Russians infiltrated, so much penetration into this Hindutva gang, this mindset that mobilize Indian strategic thinking right now. See, look at, I'm naming one, Kapil Kumar, the ideologue. He is openly supporting Putin. See, people don't understand how Russians and KGB controlled ultra-nationalists in Europe. Even Putin was the chief handler of KGB with ultra-nationals, even with the new Nazis. So I am very much certain